What's up, everybody? We are going to go over the ankle today, okay? So now we are starting our lower body section, and guess what? You don't have to hear me anymore lecture on boring stuff, so we're going to go hands-on. So it'd be best if you had a partner, either a significant other, a roommate, whatever it is, to sit here and do this, and make sure you have a long table to do this on. First and foremost, whatever you do, I need you to understand and write this in your notes. Everything has to be tested bilaterally. You cannot test this ankle and then just come up with a diagnosis. You have to test this ankle and then this ankle. Same thing goes for the knee, same thing goes for the shoulder, so I want you to get that in your head right now. Okay, so make sure you understand that, write that in your notes. Everything is tested bilaterally. That's the same thing when you go for note taking. You have to say, hey, when compared bilaterally, this test was positive. Okay, I'm going to show you 4 special tests today. For those of you who are not great on your anatomy or never had anatomy, I'm going to give you the basic anatomy of what we're looking at as far as ligaments and bony landmarks. As far as muscle goes, that is for a completely different class. Okay, I used to teach muscles, and it should be taught in a whole semester. Okay, so today and today only, I'm going to show you 4 different special tests for the ankle that are the most practical. Yes, there are about 50 different special tests if you talk to any physical therapist or any athletic trainer, but again, these are the ones that we're going to be using out in the field that are the best ones to use, that are going to give you basically the best positive results, okay? So first and foremost, when looking at this real quick, bony landmarks, we've got the lateral malleolus here, this nice little bony process here, and we've got the medial malleolus here. We obviously have the tibia here and the fibula here, okay? Which comes up to make your subtalar joint. And obviously we've got our bones down here in the ankle, which I'm not going to get into because I just want to focus right here, okay? On the ligament side, if you can see, I drew you guys, if you guys are following along with me, on my PowerPoint about where the ligaments that we're going to be tested today. This is called the anterior talofibular ligament. I want you to pronounce that ATF. It is right here. This is the most common ligament that is sprained in the ankle. So whenever you hear about a common ankle sprain, most likely they're talking about the ATF. The next most common ankle sprain that happens in this ligament is the CF, okay? So that's the calcaneofibular ligament. And on the back side of here, we have the PTF, which is the posterior talofibular ligament. We are not going to be testing that one. I just want to make sure you knew where that was, okay? So you've got the ATF, you've got the CF, and you've got the PTF. On the inside of the ankle, we have one big ligament, which is called the deltoid. Its fibers goes all over. It goes anterior right here, down the middle, and then posterior as well. So to actually sprain this ligament it can happen, but it's got to be very intense trauma for that to happen, okay? So when we evaluate this, somebody is down, either we have an athlete or a patient, you want to make sure that you're taking good history, getting all the facts of when they saw you, if you didn't see the injury. Most likely they're going to say, hey, I turned my ankle into an interior fashion just like this, which you can see if you turn it interior, you're going to put this ligament right here on stretch, okay? We talk about, with any kind of ligaments, when I talked about grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, the laxity of ligaments, okay? So that's what we're going to be testing today. You are looking to see if this ligament is more lax than the ligament on the other side testing bilaterally, which is not hurt, okay? That is where you come up with your diagnosis without an MRI, if that makes any sense, all right? Other than that, I will get right into these special tests. First and foremost, let's say I'm out on the field and I'm doing athletic training and I'm covering either a soccer game, volleyball, whatever sport it is. If somebody goes down, the first thing ever, whatever I teach you for the rest of the semester, you have to rule out a fracture first. Fractures always overrule any kind of sprains. If there is a fracture, I do not care about an ankle sprain. I need to splint and send her to the emergency room to make sure that it's not one of the fractures that we talked about in the earlier lectures, okay? So in order to do this for the lower leg, since we do not have x-ray vision, your first special test is called the bump test, which is on your PowerPoint here. I always test the unaffected side first, okay? So we will act like her right leg is the affected side. She's complaining of pain. She said that she either turned her ankle, stepped in a hole, whatever it is. All right, so we're out on the field, or we can be in the clinic with her up on the table, and the bump test is simply, you're going to put her ankle at neutral, which means 90, just like this. Anchor down right here, and then you're going to apply slight pressure to her calcaneus, just like this. Okay? You do not need to smack it. If you're going to smack it like that, then you're probably going to get smacked in the face by her. All right? So here, you're going to ask her if there's any pain. She is going to say no because it's the unaffected side. And then if there was a positive fracture, and let's say this is the affected side, then she would say yes, and you would splint and send her to the emergency room, okay? That is the bump test. What I'm looking for on your practicals is what is positive with this. Pain is positive. This is the only test where pain is positive. If you've ever been hurt before, you're going to understand that any of these tests, yes, there's going to be pain, but pain is subjective. My pain is completely different from your pain, so you need to understand that pain is subjective, but in this test only, pain is positive, and we do not have x-ray vision, so we have to suspect that there is a fracture. Go ahead and get an x-ray to rule it out. If both of these tests are negative, then we'll go on to the next test, which is our anterior drawer test. This is our most common famous test for your most common ATF ankle sprains, okay? Now, I'm going to do it on the unaffected side first, and then we're going to zoom in and I'm going to show you my hand placement, because yes, hand placement does matter, okay? So what I'm going to do, she's going to be in neutral, 90 degrees, just like this. I'm going to anchor down just here. I'm going to cup my hand here, and then I'm going to slightly pull up. This can only be done if your patient or athlete is relaxed. So make sure this ankle is nice and relaxed, okay? And then you're going to apply force up. What I'm doing is I'm taking my hand and I'm pulling up this way. Just like that. Now, you can see a better view on this side. You will be able to see a little bit of separation right here when I pull up on this. Just like that. What I'm looking for is laxity. If it was a grade 1, it would come up a little bit higher than the uninvolved side. If it's grade 2, same thing. Grade 3, I can literally pull all the way up if it was all the way torn. Okay? That's the difference, what I'm talking about in laxity. And what I'm also doing, guys, is don't be afraid to crank on it either. I know it's going to hurt them, and if you've ever had an ankle sprain before, it does not feel good. But you have to make sure that you find that end point, and what I mean is at some point that ankle's going to stop if it's a grade 1 or grade 2, okay? So there you go for anterior drawer. What is positive? Laxity is positive. I do not care about pain. I'm looking at laxity. Is this ATF more lax than this ATF on the unaffected side? That's what we look for practically. Moving on. Your next special test is called the Taylor tilt. Now we are looking at the CF. This isolates strictly this ligament. Again, start with the unaffected side. Same hand placement, but instead of me pulling up, now I'm going to grip down here, and then I'm going to basically turn it interior, just like this. I'll show you on this side. This way you can see this ligament, how it opens up. So you're going to grip just down here, and instead of me pulling up, turn it to the side. Now you can see it puts that ligament right on stretch, and we're looking for laxity. If it is hurt, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, I can literally pull her ankle almost all the way out here, okay? That's what keeps this ligament or its function, is to make sure that your ankle does not do that, all right? So again, don't be afraid to crank on it, all right? Now, positive. Laxity is positive. Anytime we're dealing with special tests and ligaments, I want you to understand, get it in your brain right now, write it down. Laxity is positive, compare bilaterally. You're going to hear me keep saying it throughout the semester. Your next one, it should be Kleiger test. That's going to test our deltoid ligament on the inside, okay, the medial side. Same hand placement. I know on this picture, or if you guys YouTube this or something like that and you're not listening to me, some of them will have them come down and do it on the short sitting off the table. I like here because I can get a better ankle or a better anchor spot. And basically, instead of me pulling in, now I'm going out, just like this. This ligament is super strong. It should not move, okay? Again, I'm going to show you right here. Same thing. And then pulling out. If you guys can see on this side where the deltoid ligament is, it should just go out. Again, we're looking for laxity. It's going to take a lot of trauma for this to actually get injured. But just know you have to test it just for your documentation, okay? Your last one. Now we're going to forget about ligaments. Sometimes you will have people come in and we'll get more in depth with this with Achilles tendon tears or ruptures, okay? So if you want to go ahead and stay here. So obviously you've got this nice big tendon, everybody can palpate the Achilles tendon. I'll get more into this on the next lecture, but this is called the Thompson test, okay? Real easy test. You can have them standing in a chair just like this. Again, we're going to compare bilaterally, but all I want to do, because sometimes this Achilles tendon, if it ruptures, it will roll up into this calf like a fruit roll-up, okay? And then it basically does not let the ankle plantar flex anymore. How to test this is you're going to have them relax, and then you're just going to slightly squeeze the gastroc, just like this. This should go into plantar flexion, just like that. That is a negative test. That means that Achilles tendon is still intact. If this was ruptured, the ankle would not move. It would be a positive test. This test is either a yay or a nay. It's not. Pain is positive. There's going to be pain. There's no laxity because it's a tendon, but it's literally, we are looking for plantar flexion. Just for good, I guess, healthcare here, we're going to do this bilaterally. So go ahead and do it. Just because I want you guys to do it. I want to practice when I preach, okay? Make sure you do it bilaterally. Perfect. Other than that, guys, make sure you're testing these, okay? Get your hand placements right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. And that's all I got for the ankle. I'll go more in depth with a other ankle lecture next week. So thank you very much.